What's up, Soul Tribe? It's your girl Dominique with Empathic Guidance, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. Okay, now y'all, I'm back with another segment about narcissists, empaths, and the relationship dynamic between the two. Now today I want to touch on a subject that a lot of people probably struggle with, especially after the discard phase of the relationship with the narcissist, okay? And that's being jealous of the new supply. I know that a lot of people, especially after ending such a tumultuous relationship with someone like a narcissist, like they cannot help themselves but to continue to watch and see what's going to happen. You know, was it really me? You know, a lot of people want to know when relationships fail, they want to see how happy a person is in their next relationship, because they want to reassure themselves that, okay, this person was just a bad person, not, it wasn't me. It wasn't that I'm unlovable or I wasn't enough or I wasn't worthy. It had to be because of what I've learned and what I've researched about this person's personality disorder, and it's just that they treat everybody the same. So a lot of us, I know I didn't. I really didn't have the courage to watch any of my exes because I already know that in a period while I'm still trying to heal from a relationship, I'll be way too heartbroken to even see them with somebody new. And with a narcissist, they literally move on right away, being that they already start grooming new supply before they even break up with you or before they even discard you. So with that being said, 9 times out of 10, they roll over in their relationships. It's like they end something with one person after they've groomed and secured a spot with the new supply. So here you go, wounded, hurt, devastated, traumatized by an experience that either you've had multiple times or you've never experienced before, and it's been the most tumultuous thing you've ever experienced in life when it comes down to romantic interactions and relationships. And so here you are wondering, okay, so I've done the research, I've read articles, books, I've listened to videos, documentaries, lectures about narcissistic personality disorder. So I know that if they did it to me, they're going to do it to this person. So here you go, being hyper vigilant, watching this person's social media accounts, watching what they post, breaking your own heart, and you're looking at a situation like, damn, you know, they doing all the things for me, for that person that I wanted them to do for me. They taking them to my dream spots that I might have talked to them about. You don't understand how calculated a narcissist is. If you reveal certain things to them, you know, your dream vacation, your dream car, you know, just like a destination wedding, or, oh, I want to get married, or, you know, you fought for this person to commit. A lot of things they will do with and for new supply, strictly to cause more injury and wound to you. So the reason why I say don't be jealous of the new supply is because even though things may appear to be hunky-dory, you got to remember how your relationship was. Did anybody know that you were being mentally abused? Did anybody know that you were being verbally trampled on? Did anybody know that you were being gaslighted and emotionally manipulated? I don't think so. Why? Because the narcissist makes sure that the things that they implement in their relationships and their family sector stay within that home. The children know not to talk about that outside of the household, and so does the spouse. Because you'll be in big trouble if you talk about what goes on in the house of a narcissist, okay? So that's their favorite thing to do, because remember, they want attention and validation from their colleagues, peers, family members, and friends. None of these people's family members and friends know that they're actually a narcissist. Nobody but the people that dwell within the 4 walls of a home with a narcissist know that that person is a narcissist, and the kids probably don't even know that. I gotta wipe this lens, hold on. But yeah, so basically just the way that you were conditioned and groomed to put on a facade, to put on a mask right along with them and play along with their charades of, this is a happy family, we go on vacation once a year, we're happy, we're in love. Like, everything is always fake and a put on, because they have to maintain that facade for the exterior world, for the people that don't really know them without mask, okay? Because it even takes that person's spouse a long time to realize who they are. So people that aren't in a romantic relationship with a narcissist have no idea how they act within a home, okay? And that's the reason why a lot of victims of narcissistic abuse are deemed crazy, because it's like, we never known him to do this type of shit. Y'all wouldn't. If you're not in a relationship with them, they will not implement those type of things with you. Or if you're not in the home with them, because they do these type of things to their children as well. So that's why I say, you know, yeah, everything might look all good. They might have spent 5-6 years with you and didn't commit, or didn't, you know, take things to the next level, propose to you, marry you. They will do those type of things strictly to cause more injury to you, because you got to understand, injuring people cause supply for them. So whatever hurts other people, whatever makes other people feel depleted of energy, depressed, it gives them more power. It's like they power up off of people's downfall, you know. So at the end of the day, you got to understand that a lot of things that are being displayed on the internet, especially when it's like, oh, it's such a coincidence that he took her to Paris knowing that that's where I wanted to go. You know, and I'm just using that as an example, because like I said, I don't bother watching my exes. I know better than to do that. You know, in my healing process, I just stuck strictly to focusing on healing, as opposed to watching to see what was going on. And with that, I didn't have time to worry about what was going on. I'm not going to act like the thought didn't cross my mind, like I wonder if they already was somebody new. But in the back of your mind, especially if you're educated on what narcissistic personality disorder is, then it's a given. They with somebody as soon as they leave you, period. 9 times out of 10, they left you for someone. And you might not have even known that, because they're not the type of person that text message and stuff. They're the type of person that download apps, secret apps to message. They're the type of people that will message and email and message through things like LinkedIn, shit that you would not even think. Apps and things that you would not even think to click on. Like, you would think to click on Facebook, Instagram, or their message app, you know, like their regular text message, SMS app. But the places where they communicating with with the new supply that they grooming are apps that you would not even think that they would be communicating in, because it'd be used for business purpose or other things that you would count out. These people are smarter than y'all think. Trust me. Just because they have a personality disorder doesn't mean that they're mentally slow. Actually, they quite mentally advanced, and mostly it's because they mirror every single person that they come in contact with. So a whole narcissist is made up of every single person that they have had romantic interaction with or platonic interaction with throughout their life. That's what their personality is made up of. So essentially, they a bunch of fucking copycats. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is, just as you felt anxious, you felt depressed, you felt the sense of rejection on a normal everyday basis, you felt inadequate, like you couldn't make this person happy for nothing, trust me, they doing the same thing to the next person. It doesn't matter how pretty they are, they will find that person's weakness and play on it. If it's one thing that you did that that person did not, they will make sure that they hang that over that person's head. Like myself, I'm a chef. I already know half of the people that my exes meet ain't gonna be able to cook as good as me. If I have a narcissistic ex, that's gonna be the thing that they talk about. Oh, she knew how to throw down. You don't even know how to cook. Da 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 da. And they'll just keep bringing me up, just like they brought their exes up to me about things that they were better at, or things that they were more grounded in, areas of their life that they were more grounded in, to make me feel insufficient in those areas. That way, Subsequently, you always in competition. You in competition with exes, and you in competition with new potentials, because you trying to maintain that same validation that they gave you at the beginning of the relationship during the love bombing phase, like I stated yesterday, guys. So it's pretty tricky, but what I will say is this: you survived something big, honey, okay? When you walked away from somebody that wasn't going to do anything but continue to break you down, and that's the only reason why they leave. They wait until you empty and drained, with dark circles under your eyes, thin ass hair, overweight, like I said, mentally on a borderline of mentally ill, on a borderline of mentally imbalanced, if not that so, going through situational depression or whatever the case is. They will wait till you to the point of no return, where they cannot squeeze even out another ounce of energy out of you until they discard you. And they always do it at times that you may need them the most. You could have just gave them the news that you're pregnant with their child. They'll ghost you, because they know that's going to hurt you the most. And they like to look you up and see what it is you're talking about. Are you talking about how much pain you are in because of them? Because that feeds them. That don't upset them. Like, damn, they exposed me online. That makes them happy. Like, yeah, that's right. Talk about me. I'm still on your mind. They look at that as powerful, okay? So as much as it's going to hurt, stomach the pain and move forward, because nothing will ever get better with somebody with this disorder. They only get worse with time. They only get more calculated with time. They only get more smart with time. Whatever you caught them doing, however you caught them doing it, they know now not to do that with the next. So just believe and understand what this person is going through compared to what you already went through. They going through a notch higher, notch or two higher than what you went through, a notch or two advanced than what you went through. Because obviously throughout your relationship with that person, you taught them more. You taught them how to be more calculated. You taught them what not to do again, so that they won't get caught, so that they can go longer with multiple supplies. So that's why I would say, understand that these people do not change. That's number one. They don't get better. They only get worse. They only get more calculated. They only get more mean with time. They only get more damaging to the psyche with time. So if anything, I hate to say it, because honestly, the new supply gonna be looking at you as an enemy, because they done triangulated you with that person. They done talk smash about you to begin with, to hook that person, and then once they got that person, they started bragging about you. No matter what about you was different in a more positive way than that person, they will smear that in that person's face, so that they can start to break down their self-esteem. Just the same way they did with you. Just how they ex was a shit until you was all up in love with them, then all of a sudden they ex was the best thing they ever had. Such good wife material, such good mother material, such good everything. But when you first met them, that same woman wasn't nothing, was she? Okay? Well, that's exactly how you're going to be. You're going to start off in that relationship as a topic of discussion of nothingness. When you heal and elevate and start doing stuff for yourself, and like taking strides forward out of whatever situational depression you may be facing from surviving a relationship with them, they're going to throw that all up in that person's face. Look how she persevered. She's so strong. All of a sudden, you'll go from being smeared in their household to being praised in their household. And imagine how damaging that is to that new supply. Forget about the vacations. Forget about the smiles. You don't know what's going off when that camera. You don't know what's going down in the household when that camera ain't rolling. But you need to take a mind trip back to when you was in a household with that person, and remember all the stress and strife you was going through, and how much you couldn't live up to the last person or the next person when it came to that person. So you just continued to be diminished and broken down until it was nothing left of your ass, until you was just scooping pieces of yourself up to walk out the door, and you had to rebuild yourself shattered piece by shattered piece. And now that you whole again, and you beautiful again, and your skin glowing again, and your hair growing again, and you losing the weight that you lost in that relationship, or you gaining the weight that you losing weight that you gained in that relationship, or you gaining the weight that you lost in that relationship from being stressed the hell out, then that person will start right back idealizing you and devaluing that new supply. So just remember that. Never forget what it is that you've been through, because that will never be a different case or scenario for the next. Trust and believe me. Things may look good on camera, but think about how good that looked when you was going through hell with people, with that person. Your family didn't know, they family didn't know. It was a shock when y'all broke up, wasn't it? Because everybody thought y'all was happy, didn't they? And that's exactly what you're thinking about your ex-narc and their new supply. So it's no need to be jealous of that person. If anything, say a prayer, because you already know what she going through. Or him. But I'm speaking from a female's perspective, because most of my audience is divine feminine energy. But at the end of the day, y'all, like I said, especially if you have survived this type of situation, continue to persevere forward. You are strong. Just the fact that you are able to overcome such a painful situation, such a damaging situation, without attempting suicide, without all the multiple things that happen to other people because of this. Because personality disorders aren't the only result of this type of abuse. There's a lot worse. There's a lot of people that aren't that strong. There are a lot of people that take themselves out. And I'm not going to act like the thought didn't cross my mind. Because I started to feel like, you know what, I'm just not worthy of anybody's love. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been through narcissistic abuse after narcissistic abuse. From the time I came out my mother's womb, I was narcissistically abused by her, and then each partner following. So briefly, the thought crossed my mind. I'm a human being. I'm not even going to hold you up. No, I'm not no person that sit around thinking about killing myself 24/7 or on an often level. But when the last thing that happened with my narcissist, before I got strong, leveled up, and start back loving myself and healing, it just made me feel defeated. Like, what is my purpose? What was the purpose? What was the purpose of me even being on this earth if it wasn't for anybody to love me at all? If it was just for me to be casted out, then I could have just stayed in the fucking ethers. You know what I'm saying? Was my exact thoughts at the moment where I was thinking, like, why am I still here? You know, like, now I realize that love comes in so many different forms, and romantic love is not the only thing, and it's not the most important thing in my life. I have love from my kids, I have love from my family, I have love from my supporters, and it's real love. You know what I'm saying? Love that doesn't die. So now I understand what true love is, because I first had to go within and help and love myself. And when you truly love yourself, you don't allow people to treat you like that or make you feel like you're not enough. You already know within yourself without somebody on the outside having to tell you. And that's where that self-validation video came in for us empaths, because that's the reason why we stick and stay, because we determined to prove our worth to people. You don't have to prove your worth. You are valuable, dear. Why do you think you've been given this wonderful gift of empathy? Why do you think that you've been given this more spiritual gifts? Most of the time, empaths are gifted on so many different levels. You know? So protect yourself, protect your energy. Know that the validation of a narcissist is not the end-all be-all, because really nobody will ever really have their approval. And the people that have their approval, deep down inside, they resent those people just like they resented you. They couldn't stand you for your normalcy. They couldn't stand you for your ability to love. They couldn't stand you for the light that you had within, for the light that you exuded. They can't stand that. Why? Because they are everything that's opposite. You come onto this earth to build up, empower, and heal. They have come onto this earth to destroy, tear down, and have people living in fear and paralyzation. So, of course, anything that's dark is going to reject light. It's going to resent it because it doesn't hold that same weight. So, and they resent the fact that they don't harness that same type of normalcy. You know, they like, in a sense, they kind of like being dark, but at the same time, they envy people that don't have that don't possess that dark quality of them. And that's the reason why they choose people like us to tear down. Because they could just go get another dark person and tear that person down. But they don't, because they resent light. And that's what they seek to destroy within people. Within people like you and I. So let's protect that energy, y'all. I'm definitely going to be coming to y'all with more videos, more insight, more info when it comes down to this narcissistic empath relationship dynamic. Because again, that was my original intention with this channel. But I chose to focus on other avenues until I was fully healed, because I couldn't talk about it with the passion to past knowledge. It was more like a situation I was still healing from, so I had to make sure I was more healed before I could spread this information, so I can talk from a place of being actually neutral. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like so overly emotional and passionate about something that I'm still in the thick end. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I hope that was insightful, you guys. Definitely leave y'all comments. I absolutely love y'all feedback when it comes down to these videos, especially the narcissist and empath videos. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ciao.